how Mizkif became Twitch's #1 villain. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Twitter been going crazy these past few days.
So in our last video, we talked about Silker and some of the
honestly.
gambling issues on Twitch. An update on that later in this video, but there was a tweet that Asmongold put out, and it kind of began this entire flurry. It says this: how in the fuck is Silker not banned on Twitch? Guy literally uses the platform to defraud dozens of people.
I ain't gonna lie, banning gambling and then not gambling. Pretty much the guy who basically got it banned is like kind of crazy.
And viewers alike, and admits it. Jadeon is still permabanned while Silker gets to go live and laugh about actual crime. It's an absolute disgrace, Twitch. And
that is a fact. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Good question. Good question.
Trainwreck's response saying, because your pals decided it was in their best interest to use and platform the very person that scammed everyone for his horse racing and tennis bets to somehow twist it and wager their war against me. And we both know deep down why Insecure Little Man is doing this. For those who don't know Trainwreck's, he's probably the most, not anymore, but he's a prolific gambling streamer. He's won millions of dollars gambling before. He's a big gambler himself. He's kind of the one that began the whole like gambling thing. So he's pretty well known for it. And a lot of people don't like him too.
Why?
And he's pretty vulgar as well. Yeah. He kind of has like a person, you either love him or you don't like him. It's one of the two.
Okay. All right.
Mizkif responded to him saying, if we're gonna deplatform people for scamming others, shouldn't we have banned you for Jokecoin a few years back?
And then Train.
I don't know, Jokecoin sounds like a scam token.
Exposed, bro.
To which Trainwreck's finally responded saying, are you gonna send Maya and Mitch to Railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up all those SAs, you fucking scumbag piece of shit? You wanna come at me and make shit up, then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure pussy.
That is a crazy bomb. That's
way from Mizkif
such a
freaking slip up.
To have that in the tuck is absurd, bro. For him, your Trainwreck was where he's like, nigga,
I dare you to say something.
I dare you to say something
right now. Say something.
I know my notification tell me Mizkif said something. Not this nigga. No.
Trainwreck's responded saying the people involved know the truth, but those of you that are forming drama and coming to split conclusions, let me be even more clear. Mizkif didn't assault the woman. He orchestrated the cover-ups for his friends. Exactly how my tweets read. So the SA in question, I don't know, do you know what happened?
Was at a party, fell asleep, got touched by Crazy Slick. He was, quote, checking my pulse by touching my neck and chest area and trying to feel my heartbeat. And if anyone knows the anatomy of a woman, your heart is on your boob. So then there's multiple people in the room.
But there's multiple ways you could freaking check about her pulse, bro. Like, bro, you don't gotta touch her chest area, bro. Like, come on, bro.
From her, you don't need to do that. He left the room, came back multiple times, had to be told not to touch me multiple times.
Now Mizkif knows the other streamer, so that's why they're saying that Mizkif orchestrated this whole scandal where they just sat there and suppressed the allegations as much as they possibly can. That's, I ain't gonna lie, bro, that's kind of tough. Again, these are all allegations, so we don't know necessarily it's true, but the idea that you as Mizkif, you're hiding a bunch of other things, you're pushing me out to the side, you're trying to suppress the story that's going out about somebody being, you know, allegedly SA'd, that's damning. Now that's crazy.
It doesn't hurt right now to hear, like, to see what people are saying about me, to hear it, because this is something that I've been going through silently for the past year, and that is the most painful experiences. This is nothing. The people who are defending Slick, people who are defending, bringing up random ass shit, is nothing compared to what I've dealt with in silence the past year. And everyone wants to say, like, oh, like whatever, like, you don't even care about this, whatever. Like, Adrian didn't even care about this until it got brought up. Yes, the fuck I did. Yes, the fuck I what the fuck was I supposed to say? Randomly just come on stream, say, hi guys, talking about my sexual assault, you know? And I sat there and cried in silence. I had to cry to my friends, and that's one of the reasons, like, so many people knew the story, because I reached out to so many people for help to get the truth out. So many people. And it was dismissed by so many people because they didn't want to risk losing their career, which to a degree I understand. It's one thing to stay civil with everybody. It's another thing to go suck someone's dick. you know what I mean, just to get in the Mizkif circle jerk, and ruin friendships that have been years long just because you want to get a little inch of clout. And it is just disgusting to me, and this is something that
clout is the most dangerous thing in the world.
Happens on every scale, whether it's popularity in high school, college, whatever.
Dude, some crazy things for
many
clout.
men and women who've been victims of sexual assault. So it's just something that I've been sitting on and marinating in for a year in so much pain. And for anybody saying, oh, she was just saying she's in pain, I have a private Twitter that has logs of me saying that I want to unalive myself because of the situation, and that I'm never going to fall asleep again because of the situation, and that I'm so scared to fall asleep because of all these situations. And I have really close friends who are also streamers who have my private Twitter who can back me up on that as well.
Yo, look, bro, it's not that hard to treat people with respect, and
It's
I know
not.
that
I promise you, it's so easy.
a lot of the times you aren't taught these lessons growing up, and so you make mistakes when you're younger. But the people in question here are grown ass adults, and
Plus, you should know not to like, bro. Like, come on, bro. She was unconscious, bro. Don't touch her. Her friend said that she's good, bro.
I feel
So
like as you
she's
age,
fine,
the
but just
lessons
don't
you
touch
should
her,
be
bro.
learning are like difficult lessons, like life lessons. You shouldn't be learning basic lessons that people learn growing the fuck up. It's common sense to not grope or touch nobody who's fucking
come on,
drunk.
bro.
It's common sense, and it's common sense that if you have a friend that's doing some nasty shit like that, you pack their ass up. You defending and covering up for that friend. I don't give a fuck what type
And
of
then
loyalty you
keeping
think
him
you
around
have.
him too, like
Exactly,
it's
bro.
just crazy.
So-
Pretty sure
that's-
Slick was still living in the
We
OTK
also
house,
talked
bro.
about that. She said like a couple months went by, and after she talked about it like a year ago, and everyone pretended like nothing happened. He was just going about his business. I'm not saying that there's no coming back from what he did, but I am saying you gotta audit the people around you, dog.
Fact.
Good people around you with morals. Somebody with morals is not gonna violate a human being, especially when they're unconscious. There's no reason or excuse for that.
Which is so crazy.
You hold a person accountable. Hopefully the person learns their lesson. If they committed a crime, do the fucking time and then move on, bro. Or, file a civil suit and get them for their bread. Emotional damage. Like, just win in any way you can, bro, especially against a scumbag like that. Without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. The question changed, though. Like, a lot of the topic wasn't even on the essay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It actually became who knew about the essay and didn't say anything.
Which is tough.
So XQC and Hassan began having a big argument where Hassan was arguing XQC knew, and XQC was like, I didn't know, but XQC was on stream earlier basically saying he knew information that could end Mizkif's career. He it's just something that slipped past and something he was saying a while ago, right? But we don't know if it was this situation.
Twitch is in shambles, bro.
Then the
The
question
Parker
became,
side is
who the fuck else knew and didn't bother to say
is in
anything?
flames right
why
now.
say that though? Why say that?
Oh,
Because if it's not this, that means there's something else that you know. But
That
why
you're
are
not
you
saying-
holding information that's
Exactly,
exactly
bro.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, why are you doing
That's
that?
like
It's an important note that in
blackmail or
this specific
something, bro.
situation, Adriana, the girl who was the victim in the situation, and Trainwrecks are really good friends.
Yeah.
They talked about this, and apparently Trainwrecks helped her over the course of just trying to heal and get through the process. And so
W
Trainwrecks
Trainwrecks.
was really just her megaphone. It's not like he was waiting to use this ammo because he doesn't like Mizkif. It was just. She argued it was a perfect time where people would actually believe her and not try and sweep it under the rug.
Ain't that bad? Ain't that sucks though?
That's pretty fucked up.
It's fucked up. And,
Yeah.
and I'll even go as far
over
as
a
saying
year,
this,
bro,
especially the
it's
people
crazy.
out there who are against the whole Me Too movement. Again, all of these are allegations right now. We don't really know, but I think that a lot of people who push back or they immediately quick to say, "Oh, why didn't you say it right then and there? Why didn't you? Why didn't you?" You have no idea the process, the steps, the people who are around the victim who are sitting there trying to convince them and coerce them not to say anything. They try to push the story down and suppress it. We're in a situation right now where we see very clearly that she was being convinced or she was being told or coerced and just straight up saying like, don't try to make it out to be what it really is. And then she's going around having conversations with other people. And the reason why is because when you say things like this, people either may not believe it, even though it's true,
Facts.
or they may try to vilify you or flip it on your head. But in this situation, bro, it's not even like, bro, she was passed out. Bro.
Victim
That's the
blaming is
difficult
so
part about
crazy to me,
situations
bro.
like this is the truth
Like, you
is so
can't,
elusive.
like, come
In
on,
these
bro.
situations, you're not gonna have video proof. Like, it's so rare that you have, especially if you're unconscious. Like, the only people that would know are the people that are in that situation, and the people in that situation are trying to fucking cover it up. So we don't really know what's going on. We don't know the extent to what happened. And if she's saying she's out of it and drunk, she might not even remember the entire situation fully neither. So like the truth is always elusive. In my opinion, I always like to wait until all the information comes out. And so me personally, even though I try to watch as much of the streams as I could, just so I knew, and like there was so much information being thrown around, there was no way to get it all. Slick said, I've never sexually assaulted anyone and never will. I have never in any intention of harming anyone. I go out of my way to check on someone and get accused of rape. This is unfair. I'll be getting a lawyer ASAP. Learn from the Johnny Depp situation and think first. Okay. He followed up saying, I never checked her pulse on her chest. I checked her neck and wrist only. And he also said, when I refer to Johnny Depp, it means to look at both sides and to think.
I'm pretty sure last night Mizkif tweeted that and said that Slick definitely
and don't think guilty before proven innocent.
I'm pretty sure.
Just saying
he didn't do the things that are being alleged.
And again, everything is alleged. But that's her response. That's his response. That's the guy who did the response.
And this is what Mizkif said a year ago after the situation happened.
Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared.
Bro, Mizkif,
Bo does not care.
You sounded crazy.
Bo did not care at all. That is insane.
If you don't want to believe it, to downplay it, to sit there and say,
yeah, downplaying
it's SA nuts. On a low scale. On a low scale. Now it's on a low scale. On a low scale, it's
very
SA.
low. Very.
Come on, bro. What are you doing, bro?
She said that she didn't feel like it was like that. And was there a power dynamic in that situation? Because I'm a bigger streamer, yes. And I feel bad about that. It wasn't my intention to introduce that to the situation. I wasn't trying to impose that on her. I wasn't trying to pressure her, or like force her into saying something. But did it naturally exist? Yes. But all I went there for was to ask her if she had been raped or sexually assaulted. She said no. I asked her if she can include that. And that's like pretty much all that happened.
So this is the lady who came up and said, hey, like, let me walk you through what exactly happened. She claims that she was being, friendly. She wasn't trying to like impede or anything, but essentially she introduced the concept like, hey, are you sure it was that? You sure you're good? And if you didn't, when you make the response initially, make sure you put in there that he didn't SA you. This young lady right here, bigger streamer than the other one who was a victim. She's sitting here saying, hey, I might have potentially brought in some type of variable that should not have been in there to begin with, that could have potentially altered the response that what it actually was. So this is where I'm saying again, I get that the whole, especially people pushing back on the Me Too movement, and everybody wants like, hey, just come out right when they say it, right when you say it. But unfortunately, it's not as simple as it sounds. It's not as black and white as people make it out to be. People's emotions are evolved. They're trying to internalize all the consequences that could come around it. And the reality is that is the world in which we live in, where somebody can say something, they can get blackballed for saying the thing in which they're saying it. And there have probably been multiple examples in the Twitch community where that's happened, unfortunately. But you have people who can sit there and have to like deal with all these consequences and questions and concerns about something that happened to them. They were the victim. They still have to internalize and try to make the right decision and think about all different possibilities, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's like in life, it's like sometimes the truth isn't even the thing that sells. Yeah. It's the part, like, yeah, that's fucked.
I want to make sure it's clear though, and I'm happy we got this. I want to make sure it's clear what could happen in a situation when the initial response can be something different from what it actually could. So that doesn't mean that we shouldn't just believe women. And it doesn't mean that women could not have been lying. But there's a good possibility that people can be coerced into giving responses in which actually isn't true, just to make sure that this person doesn't look bad, or I'll be blackballed or deal with a bunch of repercussions.
I know that be happening.
Those things have all happened. And as you clearly see, this is somebody who openly is admitting that she introduced a variable that wasn't initially there. And I don't even think she meant to do it in a vile manner, but she still did that. They could have potentially adjusted the response from her.
I am going to show these because I think that it helps a little bit. This is from when it had happened. When it had happened.
You doing okay? Yeah, I'm just hanging in there. How are you? I'm fine, just checking. Looks like Nova's getting the criticism that she deserves, and I'm glad that came back to her because of you. Thank you again for talking to us today. And I'm sorry again for everything you had to deal with today. And I'm sorry for what happened with Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted and feel triggered like that, and then feeling scared / vulnerable all the time to deal with those feelings in the public eyes a lot. You're super strong for this. Thank you so much for helping me out with this. It's just a lot of anxiety for sure. Take care of yourself.
July 6th, I asked if she was okay. She said, yeah, she's hanging in there. I said, I'm fine. Thank you for talking to us today. I'm sorry, talking to us being me, Mitch. I'm sorry for everything that you had to deal with today, me, Mitch, and Ms. And I said, I'm sorry for what happened with Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted, feel triggered, blah, blah, blah. To deal with those feelings in the public eye is a lot. And she said, thank you so much for helping me with this. It's just a lot of anxiety. I was there with her while she was writing it, but it was not like I'm not like holding a gun to this girl's head. I'm not like trying to pay her off. I'm not blackmailing her into saying what I want her to say. But I mean, I don't know if I'm making sense. It's really, really hard to see if I'm making sense to any of you. I feel like I'm blind right now because I obviously can't read this chat. But
Try not even talk about
that's
none.
where that ended.
Try not even
so
talk about none.
Jesus.
we
Saying but after that is
Yeah, I know.
crazy as hell, man. So Mizkif says, hey guys, to update everyone, we found Crazy Slick. He has not harmed himself after hearing from Adriana and numerous other women who have shared their experiences with him. It's clear that he is not the
Numerous
person
other
he made
women.
himself out to be. In terms of his living situation, Slick has been told to vacate our house as soon as possible. I appreciate and support those who are brave enough to come forward with their stories about his behavior. A little while after Slick's misconduct came to light last year, I made some inexcusable statements on an alt stream after some chat messages got to me. To Adriana and all those affected by SA, I am sorry for those statements. SA, regardless of the degree, can never be considered small. And while my intention was to clarify a misleading chat message, I chose my words poorly and my response came off as downplaying what should have never been downplayed. Additionally,
Nah, bro, Mizkif, you don't care about the situation, bro. Like you just trying to, what's it called? Save face or something
a
like that.
series of private
bro,
messages from
I don't think
2018.
you really be
We didn't
caring
get
like
to
that,
those.
bro.
Yeah, we didn't get to
we didn't even get to those.
I don't even care about those, to be honest with
We
you,
didn't get
because
to that, man.
it is what it is. I feel like every white person says it like, bro, like.
Did we get to that?
For some reason,
Is that like a whole nother video?
hold up.
No, we can just put it in here.
Yeah, he said the hard R.
Yeah.
He said Mizkif got caught saying the hard R and the F word, and apparently he used to just do this routinely where he was being edgy back in the day.
Yeah.
Mind you, when we say back
Edgy,
in the day, 2018,
edgy.
so it wasn't.
So he
4
was
years,
still-
4 years ago. It wasn't.
I think Mizkif was like 28 right now. He was like 24. Like, bro.
Yeah.
When that long ago,
You
Miss
shouldn't-
Skiff,
you
I'm
shouldn't
sorry
write
to
for
tell
that.
you, dog. When that long ago, you were an adult, you knew what you were doing. I
Fully
don't know
grown
why.
man. Like, come on, bro.
When that long ago,
Bro,
It's
am
not
I
edgy, bro. It's just like,
desensitized
it's
to-
not funny.
white people saying N-word?
Yeah.
I was, you know what's so,
Because
you know
I
what's
was in
so
a Call of Duty
crazy?
server. I was called a hard R
Bro.
3 times this week.
I was in Discord 2 days ago. And we had this conversation, and we were trying to figure out at this point in social justice warrior history, right?
History.
Which one is worse, a white person saying the hard R, or if I got caught saying the F word?
F word by far.
By
Which
far.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Which, you know, no disrespect to the gay people out there, but that is outrageous. To
That
me.
is kind of crazy.
That is outrageous to
It
me.
is,
Yeah.
bro.
And it's because we get desensitized to it all the time. So here's Mizkif sitting here, you know, he being a little edgy. You know, he being a little edgy.
Like, look, bro. I'm not.
Yo,
hey, bro.
y'all
Can I be
are-
honest? I just kind of assume everyone said the shit.
Thank
At
you,
least
bro.
at some point. And
I think the same thing, but I believe everybody has. I believe every white person, like, bro.
It's just
And that's
because
probably
Because
not
everybody
accurate.
says
it's
it,
not.
bro.
But I've just seen so many people when
Yes.
the cameras
Like,
are
bro, you
off,
cannot
like
convince me otherwise,
slide it when they thought no one was looking or
Yeah.
paying attention. And I'm like, yo, bro, why did you think
Or
that
it'll
was
be like,
okay?
man, it really wasn't in my vocabulary. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yo, bro,
What
if,
you
like,
saying?
like,
You can't accidentally say it, bro, because literally, if it's not in, like if you don't already, you feel me, say it, like, bro, you can't just
when you see
accidentally.
PewDiePie say it multiple
it.
times on
Yes.
stream, it's like, yo, bro, everybody says this shit.
But see, but this is what we had before when we were saying about a couple videos back, where it's like, bro, y'all really think, especially this portion of the community, and they grew up off of the COD and all that stuff. You think they weren't saying this stuff, bro?
Have you ever been to a
Like, come on, you
concert?
really think they weren't?
You ever been to a concert where the N word is used in a song and
Bro,
like
those white people love it.
and like a
Sea of
fucking
white people.
platoon of white people?
Platoon.
I'm like, I'm looking, I'm making sure.
Yeah, they
and
say it, and
everybody
with eye
says
contact
this
me
shit. I'm
too.
like, yo, I can't take everybody.
But then a concert, man.
Come on.
Like, bro, they don't care.
Yo, all right, look.
So
look.
again, I just want to be clear, bro. If
He's
y'all
wrong.
really, he's wrong. But
He's wrong.
I'm just saying, like, come on,
He's
like,
wrong,
if we
bro.
being a bean, bro, like, come on, y'all. We grew up off. Majority of people watching this grew up off of Call of Duty servers. Y'all know what they were saying in those Call of Duty
They're
servers.
They still
Toxic.
say it.
Yeah, it's still. But I'm saying
They said it to me this week.
I hear what I'm saying, but when
Three
he was
times.
younger, so about 10 years ago, when we were all younger playing it, and we were not supposed to play in it, up until now, bro, everybody done grown up off of it so much so, like you said earlier, we desensitized to
Exactly,
people just using that word left and right to the point where I genuinely believe I could get in more trouble saying the F word than a white man can say the N word
you
with
will.
the hard
I
R,
promise you
and
will.
both using it in a derogatory fashion. And even if you think that it can't, it shouldn't even be close. The response should be exactly the same at most.
The way
But it's not. We know it's not the same, bro.
It's not.
We know it's
the
not.
same at all.
So I know I should
Not
be
same
more
at all.
offended than I am. I'm just not as offended about this part as I probably should be.
But read it, though. Read it. Let me
I'll
know.
read it. Additionally, a series of private messages from 2018 have been posted where I said some reprehensible things. I've been open about my past many times on stream and will address it again here. It was dumb. I was a dumb, edgy guy who said a lot of stupid things to my friends to try and come off
Edgy
as funny
guy.
and cool. I can't change what I've said, but I can change who I am and who I am now and conduct myself. I'm proud of how much I've grown those past 4 years, but I know that there is always room to improve. I'm sorry for everybody affected by the situation. I made a bad judgment call based on what I was led to believe, and I deeply regret it.
Because I don't want to pass by this, bro. This is all very serious behavior. What he said in 2018 was Ice Poseidon, another streamer who was holding on to some DMs and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is weird.
When y'all sit here, and y'all
Which is weird, bro. Bro, you held that for this long, bro. Like, bro, you didn't care. Like, you don't care. You only said something because Mizkif is getting heat.
hold on
Like,
to
bro, you don't care,
information,
bro.
and anybody in the community who's been holding on to information about other people, I'm sorry, you do not look like a hero to me.
At
when
all,
you
bro.
come out of the blue and it's like,
But that was for
I'm about to
2018. We've
ruin
been
you
holding out
right
for
now.
4
Because
years,
Ice
bro.
Poseidon, you had that information for years, and then out of nowhere you decided, I'm about to ruin you
Bro
and
needs some clout.
post it up when it's just convenient. And these are things that actually Mizkif has stated he's addressed before, because he's been edgy and he's been caught saying these things before. So you sitting there holding that is so weird to me. But in terms of the essay allegations, bro, serious stuff here. Again, a lot of allegations.
bro.
Don't know if it's true. But
That's
I
some
do
legal
want to
stuff,
at least
though,
be
like-
favorable to
like,
the
bro,
Me Too
you
movement.
can't
'Cause I think
just
a lot of people
slide
get
that.
some pushback. Not the whole movement, but to women who feel like they can't be trusted with some of their responses.
It's a pretty shitty
Because-
feeling to like know the truth and
Yeah,
to feel like
for
the
sure.
truth isn't enough.
For
That's a
sure.
pretty dog shit
Mm.
feeling.
It's a dog shit feeling. And I'm not saying I'm gonna believe all women, no. But there can definitely be
You said
situations
no.
where somebody can be coerced into saying something that they don't actually believe to be true. But this is just something is actually a part of who they are, and it's the actual truth. And they don't want to deal with the obligations or the responsibilities or everything that may come back from. And it is unfortunate, but people who are victims still get the finger pointed to them in various situations. And in this situation, but she was passed out, and she was still afraid of what could potentially come about outing somebody like this.
You know what I found most interesting out of all this?
What's up, Agent?
Horrible things happen to good people all the time.
Yeah.
Horrible things happen to horrible people all the time. Like horrible things happen on this planet. And we're pretty desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even think about Ukraine anymore. Can't remember the last time niggas thought about Palestine.
Yeah.
But I don't
Like, there's
care,
just
bro.
so much trauma.
It's
bullshit
not
going
trending
in the
on Twitter
world
or-
that, like, you
or
there's not
anything
enough
else,
time
but
to care
they
about
don't care.
things.
Yeah.
So when people choose to care about the wrong things, in my opinion, it's always fascinating to me. Like, I thought more of the conversation definitely should have been about the essay.
Exactly.
But a majority of what I seen from the conversation was actually about who knew about the essay. And people were pointing fingers at XQC and Trainwrecks and this, that, the third. And in my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's probably good that we get some clarity on like the details of all what happened.
Yeah.
But more importantly, there's an actual guy who committed the fucking thing allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, more of the focus should be on him. But when you look on Twitter, an overwhelming amount of the focus is on Mizkif covering it up.
Yeah.
The guy covering it up actually received way more backlash than the guy who did it.
This is
And
crazy.
I've actually been seeing that a lot more recently. And I think that is fucking fascinating to me. Because they're both
It's
wrong,
so stupid.
but one is wrong by so much more.
Yes.
Because
'Cause he
did
actually
the
did
crime.
it.
Yes.
If I kill somebody and you cover up the homicide,
Exactly.
you shouldn't be doing that. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
but I'm really fucked up. I ended someone's life.
Exactly.
So that's as I was watching the
caught up in
stream.
drama though. That's literally they rather people are getting caught up more so in drama into the actual person who allegedly could be a victim.
So that's the next thing I noticed.
Concern, bro.
So
That's
between
problematic.
Hassan and XQC, they're pulling over 250,000 live viewers, and those are both huge streamers, but those are abnormally
those are
large
abnormal
numbers.
numbers, yeah.
Obviously, drama sells, but
Of course.
it's fascinating to me how many people kind of just viewers took this as entertainment.
Yes.
And so that's kind of the realm. It shouldn't be treated like that, but that's kind of what happened. Is this eventually just became a lot of people's entertainment? Even if the conversation wasn't meant to be entertaining, the drama was entertaining to the people watching. And
This safe stuff
Get
should be
caught up in
stuff
it,
that
but
should be stuff that should be handled like off stream, bro. Because like that is some like real legal
I
stuff,
should
bro.
keep
that-
going on Twitter.
that, like,
And everybody
bro,
like, ooh,
I don't know.
ooh, XQC. Like I didn't even really know about who the young lady
we
was.
had to
That's
learn the
crazy.
guy's
Exactly.
name.
I
I said
didn't-
his name
Yeah.
wrong.
Never
at the
heard
start.
her.
Yes,
I
that's
still,
crazy.
what's his name? Slick?
Slick.
Like, I keep forgetting his name.
Which is crazy. People more so know about XQC, Mizkif, Hassan,
They're huge
Pokemon,
streamers.
everybody else who involved, but the actual two people who are the victim and the perpetrator.
Yeah, that
Allegedly.
was bro.
crazy.
That blew my mind. So then
Bro.
people started pointing the finger at Pokey because she was a little dismissive to Adriana's claims
yeah.
because Trainwreck was the one who posted it, and they're getting into all this drama, and they're like, Pokey, you shouldn't have been so dismissive. Now Pokey's apologizing. I'm like, yo, bro, this conversation is not on the actual thing
not.
that matters.
It's not.
It's about a whole lot of other shit right now,
not.
which
It's
should
not.
probably
Yeah, bro.
also be discussed. But it feels like it's a disproportionate amount of discussion given what the fuck we're talking about.
It's not.
Now look,
Bro,
it's
in a week or two, bro, no one's gonna be talking about it.
not. It's not our drama.
And what's
talking about
crazy
it,
is
bro.
all of this started with just somebody highlighting how something should be banned because you got someone who scammed somebody,
Yep.
legitimately scamming
300
people
bands.
versus Jadeon, and everything just started with, hey, if you start
Exactly.
doing this, well, what about like, come on, bro, like that's how it started, bro. Y'all dragging it right now. It's nothing but this whole thing started with drama, and it's an underlying SA that's going on right now, bro. What is going on? Allegedly.
More of the focus should definitely be on the guy who fucking allegedly did it. Hey, yeah, you better
I just
subscribe.
swung into it.
You better subscribe right now.
Subscribe, and we about to talk about this next part of this video because boy, it gets. In my opinion, I'm about to turn up, bro. Come on, let's get to it,
Yeah,
man.
this is you
I'm
turned
about,
down.
I'm about to turn up.
Okay, shit.
Let's-
Wait, is this new video?
There's a streamer.
I watch this, bro.
So in our last video,
Bro. Yeah, I feel like in a week or two, people not gonna be talking about it no more, bro. Even though they should be, bro. If it is true, Slick should be going to jail, bro. Mizkif should be like sued or something, bro. Like, bro, like I don't know, bro. So much legal stuff that I don't know about. And at the end of the day, I ain't really none of my business for real. To the victim, hopefully she gets the help that she needs. You know, man. That is some real sad stuff to have that type of information for over a year and just can't say anything because you don't really have any proof. Because if you just say something just to say it without any like proof, like people probably won't even believe you for real. You feel me? So, hey, sad world we live in, man. Sad world, man.